I am just being really salty today. When Wargaming implemented the change to artillery, it screwed over light tanks in two different ways. One, artillery became way more accurate and did a lot less damage, but you could direct hit or snap shots now. And light tanks suffered because when they get tracked or when they get hit, they still take a lot more damage than the average tank because they have no armor. So light tanks suffered drastically at the hands of that change. And then the other side of that is artillery used to do a lot more damage, and light tanks relied heavily on that damage when it was to the targets that they were spotting. So in the same fell swoop, light tanks became weak against artillery and also couldn't get nearly as much assistance from farming, spotting damage. And so it was just kind of a lose-lose when that buff came out to, or that change, I guess, to artillery came out. And then, you know, like a year later, wheeled tanks came out that can actually dodge artillery because they're fast enough. And they have high explosive HE rounds that can destroy any other light tank in the game without even looking at them. You can just auto-aim and fire. And not to mention, they're faster and more aggressive, and so they can outspot you when you try to get into a position and take all your spots if they're on your own team. So in two very drastic maneuvers, light tanks became obsolete. They're still fun to play, don't get me wrong. It's still very satisfying to get a lot of spotting and to outthink your opponents if you're able to survive towards the end of the game, and granted you don't get rolled, but it is definitely a frustrating thing. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think light tanks in general should see about a 10 to 15% boost in their base view range, except for EBRs. I think they should have their view range nerfed at tier 9 and tier 10 anyway, because they have max view range at that tier, and it just makes it way too powerful to have an EBR with 445 view range that can drive around at the edge of your view range and spot them, and then not take any damage in return. And we have a bunch of guys that can't shoot again. Come on, guys, seriously. That's a big tank. He's not even driving that fast. Are you kidding me? And this is a frustrating thing. You rely heavily on, you know, I'm putting myself out on the line, risking getting spotted, risking dying, and all our tank destroyers who all they do is sit and camp can't even hit a target. You think after thousands of games of sitting in the back and camping, you'd get good at actually hitting your targets. Alright, hopefully they'll be able to shoot this guy. Nope, that's not going to happen either. Well, so far, 0 assist for all the great spotting that we did. Their EBR is nowhere to be seen, which is slightly concerning. He could come YOLOing down here any second. There's Mr. EBR. He's not going to be able to spot us at that range, thankfully. Mr. Jigtig. Hopefully our Artie will at least shoot at these guys. Well, it doesn't look good, boys. Been sitting in this bush for almost 3 minutes, and we don't have any spotting damage to our name. Look at this. Look at all these tanks we're spotting. It's pretty pathetic. What's the point of having a huge wall of tank destroyers behind you if they can't hit anything? It's pretty sad. This is actually incredible how little I'm doing here. I swear the teams today are so bad. Oh look, we finally got assistance. And then the CBR is just gonna YOLO me. I'm gonna get proxied and killed. Well, I might just call it at that because I am so sick and tired of this. I'm gonna just play something else. Do you guys feel this way about this game? It's like I did everything perfectly. I spotted like, what, probably 5 or 6 different vehicles that were just in the open. Everything misses. No one shoots. And then I get rushed by an EBR and caught on fire and killed. It's like, what am I supposed to do with that? It's just so stupid. Screw light tanks for now. I'm not going to play them.